He didn't think you'd actually walk away, did he? He didn't believe, not for a second, that you'd ever stop trying. That one day your silence would speak louder than all your words. That the woman who once forgave everything would become the woman who forgets him entirely. But here you are. Or at least you're becoming her. And that's what this moment is about. Not him, not the past. Not what he said or didn't say. Not the pain he caused or the way he left. This isn't about rewriting the history he destroyed or making sense of a love that never made you feel safe. This is about power. Not the kind you show on the outside. Not the kind that posts filtered photos pretending you're okay. But the kind that builds quietly in the background, like a storm. The kind that doesn't need to shout, because it already knows who it is. The kind of power that makes a man look back and feel his chest collapse with regret. Because you didn't just walk away. You transformed. And there's nothing more haunting to someone who took you for granted than realizing he'll never get to meet the woman you became. So let's talk about her. The woman he regrets losing. She doesn't beg for attention anymore. She doesn't text when she feels insecure. She doesn't chase after people who can't even meet her halfway. Her energy has changed. It's more grounded, more dangerous in a way, because now she knows what she brings to the table, and she's willing to eat alone if it means never settling for crumbs again. She's not playing the old games. She's not stuck in the fantasy of who he could be. She sees things clearly now. She sees herself clearly now. And that clarity, that's what changes everything. Because when a woman truly sees her worth, she becomes unforgettable. That's when the regret begins. Not when you cry, not when you scream, not when you ask him to come back. No, the regret begins the moment you stop needing him to. Because here's what no one tells you. Men don't regret losing the woman who waited. They regret losing the woman who outgrew waiting. The one who stopped living in the potential of the relationship and started living in the truth of her power. And you know what? He saw it happening. He felt the shift. Even before you said a word, he could feel you pulling back. He noticed your messages were shorter. Your replies came slower. You weren't as eager to please. You stopped explaining yourself. You stopped defending your feelings. You stopped performing for a love that felt more like survival than safety. And in that space, he felt something that terrified him. Your absence, not just physically, not just in your voice or your texts, but your emotional absence, the part of you that once held him like a fragile thing. Let go. And that's when the regret took root. Not because he finally valued you, but because he realized he lost something he can't replace. Let that sink in. He will try to replace you. Oh, he will. He'll go looking for someone who gives him the same feeling. Someone who makes him feel powerful, admired, worshipped, just like you did when you didn't yet know your worth. He'll look for your softness in another woman, for your patience, for your laughter, for your loyalty. He'll even try to recreate moments you two shared, thinking he can recreate the emotion without the person. But it won't work, because you weren't just another woman. You were the woman who gave him more chances than he deserved, the one who saw the best in him even when he showed you the worst, the one who offered him your heart on a silver platter, and he didn't even bother to hold it with care. He knows that now, and no matter how hard he tries to ignore it, the truth is branded into his memory. He lost the best thing he never understood. But let me tell you something even more powerful than regret. You becoming someone so whole, so untouchable, so self-assured, that even if he came back tomorrow with every apology, every excuse, every tear, you wouldn't flinch, because you don't belong to that chapter anymore. And that's what this journey is about. Not becoming the one he regrets losing for revenge, but becoming the one he regrets losing because you finally became the one who never needed him to begin with. You stopped trying to fix a bond that was never mutual. You stopped overthinking every text, every silence, every shift in his tone. You stopped thinking his mixed signals meant he was confused. No, you started realizing that his silence was an answer. that his inconsistency was a choice, that his lack of effort was the effort, and you responded with detachment, real detachment, not the fake kind that pretends to move on while still checking his page, still waiting for a message, still hoping he'll come to his senses. No, you detached like a woman who finally looked herself in the mirror and said, "I'm done abandoning myself for people who don't even show up." That's when the game changes. That's when the energy shifts. And whether you know it or not, he felt it. Because men can feel when a woman's love has truly left the room. It's not loud. It doesn't come with drama or closure or big emotional speeches. It comes in silence, in stillness, in peace. And that peace, that's what keeps him up at night. Because the woman he knew, the one who would have stayed, explained, cried, waited, is gone. She doesn't live here anymore. And the woman who took her place, she doesn't even look back. She doesn't need to. She's too busy building, healing, thriving, learning to love herself in a way that doesn't ask for permission. She doesn't chase closure anymore because she is the closure. She doesn't replay old memories because she's too busy creating new ones. Ones that don't come with confusion or anxiety or pain dressed up as passion. She doesn't prove her worth. She simply embodies it. And when she walks into a room now, she doesn't hope to be chosen. She chooses herself every time. That's who you're becoming. And the more you step into that version of yourself, the more invisible he becomes. Because let me tell you something wild. The same man who made you feel invisible will one day study your glow like a map to a place he can't return to. He'll wonder how you became so calm, so confident, so untouchable. He'll search your face for traces of the old you, the one who cried over him, the one who needed him. But she's gone. And in her place, a woman who no longer sacrifices her peace for anyone. A woman who doesn't just survive heartbreak, she alchemizes it. She takes the pain and turns it into power. She turns silence into sacred ground. She turns endings into evolution. And she walks like a woman who knows you don't win a man back by proving your worth. You win by realizing he was never worth losing yourself for. So let him miss you. Let him see the version of you that only exists because he broke you. Let him regret it. But don't you ever stop rising. Don't you ever stop healing. Don't you ever forget. The only reason he regrets losing you is because you finally became the woman who stopped regretting losing him. Now breathe. Because in this moment, something is shifting. You're not just healing, you're finally seeing yourself. Not the insecure version who needed to be chosen, but the woman who chooses herself. That changes everything. You don't need to be desired. You desire who you've become. You don't need his regret. You've outgrown it. He had something rare and treated it like it was replaceable. That's his burden now. You don't hate him. You've just moved on. He wasn't your forever. He was your lesson. And now that you've learned it, you don't bend. You don't chase. You don't shrink. You are the calm, the storm, the center. He'll remember you when it's too late. When he sees the woman you became and realizes he can't reach her anymore. Because you're not revenge, you're rebirth. So stop looking back. Let him wonder. You've got something bigger now. You, and you're not turning back.